You know them, you love them. Today we're talking about the 1991 WCW Impel, or is it Stomp, or Premier Edition trading cards? Well, whatever they're actually called, we're talking about them today. Stick around as we dive headfirst into the 1991 WCW wrestling cards. What's up, wrestling fans, trading card collectors? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Cards. I'm your host, Zhan. You can check me out on all social platforms at ZhanMorning. Today is a video request from Patreon member HF69. If you would like to request a video topic, check the links in the show notes to the Wrestling with Cards Patreon community page. For as little as $1 a month, you can have your name mentioned in the credits in these videos. You can request topics, gain access to exclusive bonus videos, and kind of steer the direction of the content of what you want to see as the viewers, as the Wrestling with Cards Patreon community requests. You can even come on the show. So again, check the links below in the show notes if you would like to become a Patreon member. So the video topic today is all about the 1991 WCW wrestling cards. As I stated, I'm going to call it the 1991. We all know it as Impel, but we have since seen something different come out, and that's that we have seen this set referred to as the Stomp Collection. If you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, let's roll that clip.
Introducing the Stomp Collection. Sting, Lex Luger, Ric Flair, all the legends of World Championship Wrestling, wherever trading cards are sold.
So this brings up yet another question. What is this set officially called? Or does the title even matter at this point? I think, honestly, people are going to continue calling this the WCW Impel set because that's just kind of what we've all come to call it lately. As the title of this video suggested, you have to wonder, is this the most popular wrestling card set of all time? Sounds crazy, right? Well, actually, let's get into it. I've spoke about it in previous podcasts and previous videos, but this 1991 wrestling card set has just become iconic at this point. But for a few different reasons that maybe you're not expecting that we're going to touch on today. In the future, I do plan on doing a complete multi-part video series going through each card in the set, reading the back, and just giving my general thoughts and opinions on each card. If you're curious about what I'm talking about, make sure to check out the archives on this channel where you can see I've done several set videos. I've done some WCW, some WWF. I've started on some Monty Gum, which will eventually get finished on those, so that's the plan. But for today, we're just going to hit some bullet points about why I think this may be the most popular wrestling card set of all time. Let's start with production levels. And by production levels, I mean the print runs of these things. These are everywhere. We see them all over the place. Whether you were a kid collecting in the 90s, whether you were somebody who frequented LCS and card shows, or if you're collecting present day, going to card shows present day, going to the LCS present day, chances are, no matter then or now, you've seen these cards before. This set has gained the reputation for being possibly the most overproduced wrestling card set of all time. But the interesting thing is, they still sell. People still love these cards. There is a demand. But what exactly is causing that demand? Let's look at the design. It screams 90s. The bright borders and the bright colors and patterns used, iconic. People love it. It brings back the nostalgia. It screams 90s, back maybe to a simpler time in life for a lot of people. Maybe to a time in their life where they were even a bigger wrestling fan than they are now. Maybe they currently don't watch wrestling, but when they look at these, it makes them want to get back into it. People love these designs so much that we've started seeing some indie companies borrow the design to create their own sets of cards. Clearly, the people creating these sets are paying homage to the 1991 WCW cards. And by paying homage, I mean generally that means they're a fan of these cards for one reason or another. But not only that, these indie sets that have taken this design and kind of made it their own, they're selling very, very well. Now, again, that can be because of a low print run, but they've become just as iconic as these 1991 cards based on the design. Of course, the print runs are different, like I said, but you can see where I'm coming from based on the aesthetics and the appeal to collectors. Let's take a second to talk about the chase cards in this set. That is the Sting Hologram card. What a card. I absolutely love this card. First off, it's Sting. Who doesn't love Sting? Second, it's a hologram. Does it get any more 90s than combining Surfer Sting and a hologram in the same card? I don't think so. The second is the chase element of this card. Now, we have heard stories of how this card specifically is a case hit only. We've also heard other stories of people saying, hey, I've actually pulled these out of packs. Both are probably true, though, considering the inconsistency of wrestling cards and how they were put in packs and boxes and, you know, the WCW autograph thing where some are appearing out of nowhere. Wrestling cards, as far as like their history and printing, what's available, what's not, it's all over the place, so this could very likely be the case with this Sting hologram. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, and by doing that, I would like you to leave a comment down in the comment section below this video here. I believe this may be the first ever wrestling card that was actually a chase card. Sure, we would have error cards and variation cards, blank backs, etc. But to my knowledge, this is the first wrestling card that was actually produced as being a chase card that was ever released. I guess if you want to consider the 1990 WWF promo cards from that classic set, that could be considered a chase, but I just don't think it goes in the same category as this Sting card. So you have a killer design and a great chase card. What else is there? How about the top names for WCW during this time period? You got Sting, you got Flair, you've got Luger, Sid Vicious, and much more. You've got awesome tag team cards such as the Steiner Brothers and Doom. Not to mention, you've got some fun and nostalgic cards, such as what I like to call the 80s metal version of the Freebirds.
Can't really say why we do what we do, but I'm a free bird and what was your excuse?
And who can forget Elegante?
Wait just a second here. I want the belt. I want your belt.
You also have a bunch of Brian Pillman cards in this set, which many within the hobby consider to be rookie cards. Just an excellent, solid lineup overall within this wrestling card set. Another thing that you could look at with this card set and kind of making it iconic or important or popular is grading. I think during the card boom like a year or so ago, I think a lot of people jumped in on the grading game with a lot of these cards. And I think the logic behind it is that they were buying sealed boxes of this product, again, because they're so plentiful. In fact, rumor has it, Tony Vella from WrestlingTradingCards.com actually has the printing press for these cards in his now world-famous storage unit. But the reason people want these sealed cases or sealed boxes is because that will be their best chance to pull PSA 10 quality cards out of here that they can send to grading. Most of the time, these packed fresh pulls would end up being, higher grades. Maybe not 10s, but generally higher grades, sometimes 10s, which then would generally translate to low pops. The question then becomes, is there really a demand for these cards in graded form, even if they were in fact low pops? That's a really good question, and I'm not sure the market really has an answer for that yet. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you have an interest in some of these WCW 1991 cards in slabs? Or do you just prefer having some random ones raw and top loaders, or maybe you're just wanting them in a complete set? Again, get involved with the community, leave a comment below. So in summary, I want to recap why I think this is maybe the most popular wrestling card set of all time. They're still relatively affordable, they're plentiful, iconic design, pure nostalgia for those of us who grew up in the 90s, iconic legends in the world of professional wrestling, and one of the first chase cards to ever be inserted into a wrestling card product. All of that combined is a recipe for popularity and success, if you ask me. And also why everybody seems to love this set. Now, there may be those out there who disagree with me. Some may say sets such as 82-83 All-Stars, 85 Tops, 1991 Classic, 1998 and 99 WCW Autographs. Many may argue that, hey, these sets are way more popular than this 1991 Impel. While I do absolutely love most of those sets over this 1991 WCW Impel set, the fact is your average collector or your entry-level person coming into wrestling cards, they don't know about those sets. I've spoken about wrestling cards to many people in the sports card world, people that are wrestling fans but don't collect wrestling cards, and then of course people within the wrestling card hobby that may just be getting started. And nearly all of them know about this 1991 WCW wrestling card set. Yet if I bring up 82-83 All-Stars, if I bring up 85 Tops, if I bring up the 98-99 WCW autographs, most of the time these people that are either outside the bubble, not collecting, just getting in collecting, they don't even know that these sets exist. We have to remember that just because we know of something within our wrestling card bubble, if you're a diehard collector, doesn't mean the outside world knows. And honestly, that's what I'm trying to do, is bring in people who are lapsed wrestling fans, current wrestling fans not collecting, or people that are diehard sports fans, and they collect sports cards but just haven't pulled the trigger on wrestling. We're trying to bring them all in the easiest way we can. And the 1991 WCW cards is a good, cheap gateway for everyone. Once again, I want to thank Wrestling with Cards Patreon member HF69 for requesting this video topic today and being a loyal Patreon member. Again, if you would like to request a topic or come on the show, get access to exclusive content, and have your name mentioned in the credits of these videos, make sure to check the links below to the Wrestling with Cards community Patreon page. Again, as little as $1 can help go a long way. I've been banking up any Patreon money, any money that I've generated from podcasts. All of that stuff is going to be funneled back in the show, whether that's buying a new camera, which I don't have, but maybe one day I'll get a new camera. Maybe it's some new audio equipment. Maybe it's boxes to then give away to the viewers. I just want to be transparent that that is what we're trying to build here. The money going into the content, getting it back out there for you guys. This isn't for me to go out and just buy wrestling cards with. So again, just want to be transparent about that. But hey, if you watched this video and you liked it, please hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Greatly appreciated. And if you don't want to be a Patreon member because of financial reasons or whatever, that's okay. I greatly appreciate you guys continuing to show my support. Again, hitting that subscribe button, probably one of the best ways that you can help support the show, and it's free. If you do want to go above and beyond, you can copy the link to this video, share it with a friend, tag me on social media, share it on social media. Make sure to check out everything else I'm involved with. Links in the show notes. We've got the Wrestling with Cards podcast. We've got the Worlds Collide podcast with Tony Vella. My social platform links are down there. If you want to buy something, my eBay store links are down there. I've got stuff that starts at 99 cents and goes all the way up to the higher end stuff. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you, Patreon member HF69, once again for today's topic. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, share with a friend, and click the videos on the screen for more great wrestling card content. We'll see you there.